Vatican City is the smallest sovereign state in the world, covering just 44 hectares, 109 acres. An enclave within Rome, it is the spiritual and administrative center of the Roman Catholic Church and the official residence of the Pope. Walking from Castel Sant'Angelo to Vatican City is a short, scenic journey that typically takes 10 to 15 minutes. This is the most direct and famous walking path, offering a grand perspective of St. Peter's Basilica as you approach. Distance, approximately 700 to 800 meters. Upon exiting Castel Sant'Angelo, head west onto the wide, pedestrian-friendly boulevard of Via della Conciliation. It leads in a perfectly straight line directly into St. Peter's Square. St. Peter's Square is one of the world's most iconic public spaces, serving as the grand entrance to St. Peter's Basilica. Designed by Gian Lorenzo Bernini between 1656 and 1667, the elliptical square is a masterpiece of Baroque urban planning, designed to accommodate massive crowds of pilgrims while symbolizing the maternal arms of Mother Church. Two massive semicircular wings flank the square, consisting of 284 Doric columns and 88 pilasters arranged in 4 rows. Atop these colonnades stand 140 statues of saints, each roughly 3 meters high. A 25-meter-tall ancient Egyptian obelisk stands at the center. Originally brought to Rome by Emperor Caligula in 37 AD, it was moved to its current location in 1586 and is the only obelisk in Rome that has not toppled since ancient times. 2 nearly identical granite fountains flank the obelisk. The northern one was designed by Carlo Maderno, 1613, while the southern one was built later by Bernini, 1675, to maintain the square's perfect symmetry. On either side of the obelisk, there are marble discs on the pavement marking the foci of the ellipse. If you stand on these discs, the 4 rows of columns appear to align perfectly into a single row. The square is the primary site for large-scale Catholic ceremonies. Papal audience, usually held every Wednesday morning, starting around 9 a.m. when the Pope is in Rome. While tickets are free, they must be requested in advance via the prefecture of the papal household. The Angelus. On Sundays at noon, the Pope typically appears at a window of the Apostolic Palace to lead a short prayer and deliver a message to the crowds in the square. No tickets are required for this event. St. Peter's Basilica is the largest church in the world and the focal point of Vatican City. Originally commissioned in 1506 to replace a 4th-century structure, it was completed in 1626 and stands over the site traditionally believed to be the tomb of St. Peter the Apostle. The Basilica is a collaborative masterpiece of the High Renaissance and Baroque eras, featuring work from iconic artists. The dome, designed primarily by Michelangelo, it is the tallest dome in the world, reaching 136.6 meters, 448 feet. Michelangelo's Pietà, located in the first chapel on the right, this world-famous sculpture depicts Mary holding Jesus after the crucifixion. It is the only work Michelangelo ever signed. Bernini's Baldacchino is a massive 28-meter-tall bronze canopy that stands directly over the high altar and St. Peter's tomb. It serves as the visual centerpiece of the crossing. The Vatican Grottos is located beneath the main floor. These contain the papal tombs, including those of St. John Paul II and Benedict XVI. Step inside St. Peter's Basilica, and you're in the largest church on the planet, a place where the scale is so massive it actually plays tricks on your eyes. The first thing you'll notice is the sheer immensity. The central aisle, the nave, is so long that markers on the floor show where other famous cathedrals would end if they were placed inside. The walls aren't painted. They are covered in incredibly detailed mosaics that look like oil paintings from a distance. Just to the right of the entrance, protected by bulletproof glass, is the Pietà. Michelangelo carved this from a single block of Carrara marble when he was only 24. It's the only work he ever signed. Right in the center, standing over the high altar, is the Baldacchino. It's a 4-story tall bronze canopy designed by Gian Lorenzo Bernini. It marks the spot directly above the tomb of St. Peter, located deep underground in the necropolis. Look straight up from the baldacchino to see the inside of the Great Dome. Designed by Michelangelo, it's decorated with vibrant mosaics of saints and angels. The letters circling the base of the dome are about 2 meters tall, though they look small from the floor. Along the nave, you'll find a bronze statue of St. Peter sitting on a throne. It is a tradition for pilgrims to touch or kiss his right foot while saying a prayer. Over centuries, the bronze has actually been worn smooth and thin by millions of hands. At the very back, the apse, you'll see a massive golden explosion of light. This is the Cathedra Petri, Chair of St. Peter, another Bernini masterpiece. It features a stained glass window with a dove, representing the Holy Spirit, that seems to glow with divine fire when the sun hits it. The history of St. Peter's Basilica spans nearly 2,000 years, evolving from a simple burial site into the largest church in Christendom and a masterpiece of Renaissance and Baroque architecture. The Basilica's history began with the martyrdom of St. Peter the Apostle, who was crucified upside down in 64 AD at the Circus of Nero. He was buried in a nearby necropolis on Vatican Hill. Old St. Peter's Basilica. In the early 4th century, Emperor Constantine first ordered the construction of a large church over Peter's tomb. Construction began between 319 and 322 AD and was completed around 349 AD. For over 1,100 years, this structure served as a major pilgrimage site and hosted historic events, including the coronation of Charlemagne as Holy Roman Emperor on Christmas Day, 800 AD. By the 15th century, the original basilica was in severe disrepair, with walls tilting and roofs leaking. In 1506, Pope Julius II made the bold and controversial decision to demolish the ancient structure and build a new, monumental basilica. The construction lasted 120 years and involved several legendary architects. Donato Bramante was designed the initial plan in the shape of a Greek cross. Michelangelo took over as chief architect, simplifying the design and engineering the iconic massive dome. Carlo Maderno extended the church into a Latin cross and designed the grand facade. Gian Lorenzo Bernini completed the interior decoration, including the bronze baldacchino, and designed the vast St. Peter's Square. The new St. Peter's Basilica was officially consecrated on November 18, 1626. In the 20th century, 1939 to 1949, archaeological excavations beneath the high altar confirmed the presence of an ancient necropolis and a tomb traditionally identified as St. Peter's. Today, it remains the universal headquarters of the Catholic Church and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, capable of holding over 60,000 people. It continues to host major liturgies, including the recent Second Vatican Council. The Vatican museums comprise one of the most immense and significant art collections in existence, spanning 7 kilometers of galleries. Founded by Pope Julius II in the early 16th century, the museums house roughly 70,000 works, of which approximately 20,000 are on public display. The Gallery of Maps is a 120-meter-long hall lined with 40 topographical maps of Italy commissioned in 1580, renowned for its dazzling gilded ceiling. For rooms of the Apostolic Palace decorated with frescoes by Raphael, including the iconic School of Athens. The spiral staircase was designed by Giuseppe Momo in 1932. This Bernini-style double helix staircase is one of the most photographed spots at the exit. The Pio-Clementine Museum is the largest and most famous section of the Vatican museums, dedicated primarily to ancient Greek and Roman sculpture. Founded in 1771 by Pope Clement XIV and expanded by Pope Pius VI, it houses some of the most significant classical masterpieces in the history of art. The octagonal court is an open-air courtyard that houses the Laocoon and the Apollo Belvedere. The round hall is designed as a miniature pantheon. It features a massive porphyry basin and a gilded bronze statue of Hercules.